Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my garden. It's been a little bit since we had a video. I just haven't been in the mood to make a video. It is what it is, right? But getting back into it today, I wanted to show you guys how I pretty much started most of my garden by using the winter sowing method. If you've been on the channel for any length of time, the chances are really good that you've heard me talk about how much I love winter sowing. It was such a game changer for me personally. It's just so nice that you can start all these seeds outdoors without the use of grow lights, even in a place, where that has a cold winter, like I do here in zone 6, 6B, 7. I have a pretty cold winter. We get snow and everything, and I'm still able to start seeds, and just it makes a huge difference. And I just get so frustrated. I see other people being like, oh, you need grow lights. You don't need grow lights. You totally don't need grow lights. Getting into this, I thought I would show you guys some of the seedlings that I have started with the winter sowing method this year. I have flowering tobacco. First up is the one I'm going to show you. After that, I also have some red SHISO. SHISO especially is good with the winter sowing method because they need that alternation of, kind of warm and cold nights to get that germination to be just really nice. Works great for things like herbs. You'll see in this video I have a lot of herbs. Got some oregano here in the beginning. Lots of really nice, just lush growth with the oregano. I really am so pleased. It's not even funny. I encourage, if you've never tried winter sowing, you can definitely check out some of my videos. I have tons of videos on it. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you got down in the comments, or I'd love to hear your experiences. I've got some nice rudbeckia seedlings ready to go into the garden. These will bloom the first year since we got a nice head start on those with the winter sowing containers. Also, we have a lot of cleome or cleome. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it because I've never met anybody who actually grows it. I guess I could look it up. I don't know. Again, germination with these is really great. The kind of alternation of temperatures really helps with the germination of these. These can be a little bit tricky to germinate inside. Once they begin sowing in the garden, though, they can come back as volunteers. I have a couple containers out here, not gonna lie, that I don't know what they are. The marker washed off of them. You need to make sure you're doing a really good job to make sure that the marker is not washing off your containers, because I definitely had that problem this year, and there are a couple things that I'm not quite sure what they are, and I'm just doing my best to take my best educated guess with these containers. Staying in the cut flower realm, I should mention we have cut flowers and vegetables in this video, is verbena. Again, a really nice one. This one's going to bloom in the fall most likely. Again, another reason to make sure you label everything. Make sure you're keeping everybody safe. Kids and pets and all that. Make sure you just know the difference between things that you can eat, things that are ornamental, all that good stuff. Shasta daisies are another one. These are going to bloom the same year because we got them this nice early head start, which is good. A lot of these flowers, they really benefit from the head start with the winter sowing containers. So they'll bloom the first year, things like, rudbeckias and Shasta daisies and everything. Also this year from winter sowing, for the first time I grew petunias, and oh my goodness, they did so great. I was so happy to see this. I am so excited from now on to just grow tons and tons of petunias from seeds. The plants are a really nice size. Really looking forward to transplanting those out and seeing what kind of blooms we get with the petunias. So happy for that one. Also, salpiglosses is another cut flower that I have this year. Salpiglosses don't really like the heat and humidity. I'm going to see if I can get them to bloom before they kind of succumb to that. Also, a couple snapdragons got into the salpiglosses container somehow. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but yeah, it happened. Don't know. Another cut flower we have are asters. This is a Dutch's Peony Apricot Mix Aster. That sounds like a lot of adjectives, but they're the really full, nice pinkish salmon colored asters, which I'm really excited about. I've never grown these before, and I'm really excited to have these nice transplants to go in the garden. Really good size. Additionally, I have some yarrow, technically a perennial, I believe. Not quite sure it'll bloom this year, but if it doesn't bloom this year, it'll definitely bloom next year. Next, we have some feverfew. Feverfew is super easy to grow a lot of ways. You can direct sow it in the fall in a lot of places. You can transplant it. It transplants super well. Have a couple more herbs in this video. Sage is one of them. My germination was pretty good. I didn't sow many seeds. There's a little bit of black spot on the leaves. Don't really know what that's from. Have to look it up. If you know what causes black spots in the sage, do let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Next, I have something I'm not quite sure if it's ground cherries or what it is, but I'm sure I'll figure it out as it continues to grow. I'm thinking that it's ground cherries. If you've grown those before, please do comment and tell me if that's what they start out looking like. We also have some more perennials for the kind of a, perennial border. Some rose campion. These are really pretty. These were suggested by, I think it was the Permaculture Homestead. Additionally, I have some mint. You'll remember last year I grew tons and tons of mint. Some more decorative foliage for my cut flowers. These are coleus. This was a pack of 10 seeds. You can see my germination was pretty darn good. I don't know if I got all 10 or not, but rosemary is another one. I've always had really a lot of trouble growing herbs from seeds. So winter sowing is a really great way for me to do this because I am not a good gardener when it comes to sowing things indoors. Also did some really easy ones back when we did our winter sowing series. One of those that we did was marigolds. I just put a couple seeds in each container for the marigolds. Some of the things that are still in their containers, we have some tomatoes that are still in their containers. It just hasn't been that warm yet, so I kind of wanted to keep them just, kind of in there in a little warmer microclimate a little longer. Same thing with the peppers. I had the first batch of tomatoes and peppers. I dried them out and I lost a lot of them. I'd probably say I only managed to salvage like one container of each. So these peppers are kind of like a starting over, not gonna lie. I also have some celosia. These are kind of heat-loving plants, so they're still in their bottles. You can direct sow these. These are more for kind of demonstration's sake, but you definitely can direct sow them. Also have some peanuts. So looking good. We're on the right path, I think. Otherwise, going on in the garden, we have a lot of things. A lot of the biennials that we planted last year are starting to bloom. We have some Siberian wallflower, this really bright orange Siberian wallflower here. These just are so fragrant. I have some double tulips opening up. The weather's been finally getting just a little bit warmer. I also have a couple of the biennial plants. I don't know what they are. There's this one here in the foreground of these blue anemones. I don't have a clue what this is. It's either it's either Canterbury bells. I always get the two confused, or it's Dame's Rocket. I'm not sure which one. So if you have experience with either one of those, do tell me. Again, the Johnny Jump Ups are looking so great, and I'm just really excited. I'm glad I added those to the garden. They are just so precious looking. And the bees have been going crazy for these for some reason. Definitely want to plant more of those in the future. I just think they are such a welcome addition, especially, in terms of early spring blooms. Because also, speaking of early spring blooms, the chamomile has started to bloom. This is chamomile, and bachelor's buttons are always, some of the first flowers to start blooming out in the yard. So that's really good. Hopefully this video was somehow helpful. I'm not quite sure if it was. If it was, be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell so you're getting told when I post new videos. I know YouTube is strange somehow, but share with your friend, all that good stuff. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Not quite sure if we can do it, but we're going to try. I hope y'all are having an amazing day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.